purpose of creating managed instance?
So manage instance, let's suppose we have a mid-level company, okay, and we don't have any like a DBA infrastructure team, okay. So
Okay.
basically, we can directly ask to Microsoft Azure, they will build a server for us, okay, and all the like a supporting kinds of stuff like patching, security patching, like a database backup, everything they will manage by the
Okay.
Microsoft only. So not
So,
required any
sir,
DBA
one question.
or infrastructure team. Yeah.
Okay. So, sir, one question is in future, DBA job is in dangerous. Very less compared if everyone is managed instance. So, DBA requirement is less. Am I right?
Yes, you can say partially right. It's not 100% right. So why I'm saying partially
Partially
right,
right.
partially correct. Why I'm saying this? Because like a small mid-level company, they can say they can ask for the like
Okay.
if they have a lesser work, lesser customization. So they can say. Otherwise, if like a big company, they are holding a huge data size,
Okay.
they will not prefer to go with a managed instance. They will prefer to go with a Azure, like a virtual machine instead of managed
Okay.
instance.
So, okay, okay. Well, I thought like that कि if downtime is very less required, if company serve we are more downtime, then they will go to in Azure, means Microsoft, because it's
Managed instance,
if
managed instance you are saying.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And if downtime is very less, then we work on only BM and team resolve very quickly. Yeah, I
So
think.
no, basically like we can't say this thing. Why I'm saying
Okay.
this? Like let's suppose we have a managed instance and we don't have like some of the like a Dish TV and other companies. Currently, they like build a virtual machine in Azure. Okay, they
Okay.
planning to migrate into the Azure managed instance. But why they are planning? Because they want to minimize replica. Let's suppose, let's take one example for the Always On. In Always On,
Okay.
minimum to minimum two server is required. Okay, but these
Okay.
cases,
Yes.
Azure managed instance, like a Azure managed instance, it's only one system is a sufficient, you can say. Why I'm saying this? Like let's
Okay.
suppose you have to build one always on. So basically for the always on, minimum you need three systems. One is a domain controller, second
Okay.
is a primary, and third one is a
Okay.
replica. And replica
Okay.
should have same infrastructure, same memory, same CPU should be configured. Like in future, if anything is happened on the primary side or production server, they will fail back on the replica side. But case of managed instance, only one instance is sufficient, you can say. Why? Because they
If we
they
send
are
the request, if
yeah, tell me.
uh, if we send the request to Microsoft, can please resolve this, they open the ticket and provide the time downtime is 1 hour. Yeah, half an hour. Half an hour we cannot company cannot wait half an hour. Sometimes we require immediate solution. That's why I think it's not suitable because they require more downtime. And Microsoft we generate ticket and he's saying we are following, we are doing this, but not a sufficient answer, I think.
So you are saying for this case for virtual machine, you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. I think virtual machine is not go anywhere. Microsoft want to say greedy offer you came here, but I think that's not supportable because my going Microsoft is a long process and a loop. If you go there, then you trap.
Yes, yeah, you will be trapped, and after that came out option is not there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You will go, but there is no option to come back.
Yes, yes, came out from the Microsoft technology into the MySQL or Oracle, any cloud environment or any virtual machine.
Yeah. If
They
you
will
go,
also
then
not
you can.
they will also not share your data also, so that you can
Okay.
like a manually you can migrate it like the other
Okay.
cloud technology or anything like that. So
Okay.
so that's why like they are preferring, but a smaller company they are expecting to move into the Azure managed instance, and they have a
But
low maintenance work like
okay.
let's say customization work. So they are preferring to move into the, because if
So
they need like a DBA team, window team, both team is required minimum.
okay.
So if, and license is also required.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So let's,
we
yeah,
can
yeah.
say I think DVN job not go anywhere. I think.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's durable in like 30 years. So everyone is saying it's go, but not go anywhere. I think
Yes, correct. Yeah. 2000 SQL
mostly
Server.
person in confusion.
Yeah. Like so many people are in confusion states.
Hmm. If
So
you
what
search
is
in
that?
Google, so many person saying going and some say no going. So there is very little bit confusion. I am saying I am talking regarding this. You are put into the that in YouTube. So my some brothers also confused. So they can listen and understood what is the one scenario. DBA not go anywhere. That's why I am
Yeah,
trying.
DBA. Yeah, DBA job will go anywhere. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
on basis of their customization, like some company have no automation work, no any work. They one time they can publish and up website can connect and they can insert a data, inject a data, and after that they will read. But some
Yeah.
companies expecting lot of like analysis, lot of customization. So they have to follow them.
Yeah. I am agree.
So
With
DBA
a
is a
small company.
most important role, and like nowadays you are able to see like a chat GPT, open AI is coming. So many people are saying Google will be like a maybe Google will be like a
Okay.
maybe 2 years, within a 2 years there will be loss, and maybe all person will follow, and maybe developer job is also loss, they are saying now,
So sir,
developer and
so
DBA.
sir, can I ask one question?
Yes.
I'm not saying you told me the your company name. So how much experience you have?
Yes, I have near about 15 plus years of experience. I have
Okay. In as a DBA.
DBA and developer both sides.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Abhishek and Amranda, do you have any questions till now so that we can proceed with the new classes?
No. Proceed this topic.
Okay, so let's proceed. So once again, I'm opening a portal, and now we are going to configure Azure like a SQL Server. So you have to straightforward, you have to click on create a resource, and you have to search SQL Server. Okay, you have to search SQL Server. You'll get to know like it's a version is
Your
showing,
screen
but
is not visible.
Sir,
so basically we are not going with a virtual machine. We are going to SQL Server. Here is there. So you have to create
okay,
here.
sir. Your screen not visible, sir.
Okay, sorry. Let's share my screen.
Sir, you start the recording.
I think we already started.
Start.
Okay.
So you can see here. Okay, let me open portal here. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir. Sure,
Yes,
sir. Sure.
yes.
Okay, so I already log in. What is the next step? I have to click here, create a servers. Okay, SQL Server. So you have to click here and create a SQL Server menu is there. You have to click, and then we already created a RG01 resource group. So same resource group we are selecting here, and instance name we are providing something MS SQL 01. Okay, and region or location we are selecting Central India. So you have to search Asia, and in Asia you got Central India. And now we are like want SQL Server authentication. SQL Server authentication we are looking for. We are not going with a Azure AD or any AD or both side, because we don't have any AD account till now. Because if we can like we have a AD account, then we can proceed with a AD. But now we are going with a SQL authentication.
So now
So
we are creating a database.
no, no, no. We are creating a
Yes,
SQL login. SQL login we are creating along with a SQL Server instance. This is our
Okay.
SQL Server instance, and now we are
Okay.
creating a admin SQL admin. Okay, SQL admin SQL authentication account we are creating here, and
Okay.
just I'm providing like when you will try to connect your database, you have to pass this ID and password to connecting a SSMS. Okay. So allows services to connect from the server. So I'm going with a yes. Any other setting? Defender, we are not able to enable. Tag,
Okay.
let's put server name like server name, and let's suppose it's a demo server. So I'm putting some alias. And now you have to validate validation in progress and create your SQL. So now what is happening? SQL Server, only SQL Server installation is happening with a SQL admin account, nothing else. Very simple process we are doing here.
Okay, sir.
So next step, we have to enable this instance should be accessible from SQL Server. So let me open a SQL Server Management Studio meanwhile, so that you will able to connect whatever SQL Server instance we have created from the Jubal, like you can say Azure portals.
So, sir, you install SQL Server in your on-prem machine or
No, basically what happened, I have a SQL Server Management Studio. So I want to
okay.
connect this SSMS with a Azure SQL, because last time, just
Okay.
like earlier we created, and in progress, after creation we'll try to connect this, because this is a server name. Okay.
Okay.
So let me, I think it's deployment in progress. So we have to 4 seconds. So in progress till now, after completion. So can we wait for some, let me stop pause recording from here. So Sanjeev and team, deployment already succeeded, and now SQL Server instance it's created here. So you can see server name is this. Okay. So you have to copy server name, and in a management studio, you have to pass your server name here. So I'm passing a server name, and you know what ID I created SQL admin. Okay. And whatever password I created, simply I'm input into it. Remember this word and correct it. That
So
will
you
not,
install, sir, you install SQL Server in your local machine and you
on
connected via the Azure account on this. I
no,
right?
no. Yeah, basically I install SSMS client tool in my local machine. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I created a managed instance on the Azure, and those managed
Okay.
instance I want to connect with my local SSMS.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. I good. Got it. Got it.
Okay. But if I will click, they will say firewall rule is not added. So you have to open your portal and select your server, where you have to select SQL Server. You have to click here, and then you have to click your server instance. and scroll down inside networking, you will get your local IP, add your client IP. So this is my client IP. Let me add. How you can check what is your client IP? Let me show you. Let me minimize this. Let me check what is my IP. What is my IP? So you got to know what is my IP. 275285250. It's my IP. So same IP address we are adding here. You are getting this? Are you getting this? This is
Okay,
my
sir. Okay.
public IP. This is my public IP. Okay. And this public
Got it.
IP, I'm adding in a portal SQL Server side. Okay. So if you will add this, so what will happen? They will not ask in a SSMS to connection. So let me try to connect. Okay. No, it's not added. So we have to add, I think save is left. So you have to save now. Please save here. And after that, if you try to connect, they will not ask you to add a firewall rule in your portal. So now you can connect. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And what is the next process? Let me create one table. Create a table. I want first. I want to create a database so that in a next video we'll process CSV file into the your databases like a managed instance.
Okay.
Demo DB. So I'm creating a one database in a Azure site. Okay. And next, what I will do, because in a previous video, I already explained, I uploaded this file into your blob storage. Okay. So what is the next expectation here? I want to create one table. This
And
like
insert
a,
data into this.
and yes, with the help of Azure Data Factory, we'll insert all data inside your table, like a SQL Server table. So I'm providing a table name employee, okay, and EMP. Let me put your contribute EMP NO. Next column, same. I'm matching a column. Whatever column inside your CSV file, same I'm trying to match up so that no issue. Int and salary, we are going with a int. Okay. And one thing I want to show you, if you write this command in a Azure side, demo DB, are you getting this?
No,
That will
no.
not work. That will not work. Use command will not work in a Azure managed instance. Okay.
Why?
In on-premise, like on-premise, that will work, but inside cloud, inside Azure, that will not work because one session created for one, they can't tie up with a multiple. So if you'll execute this, that will not work. Use a statement is not supported by switching a database. Okay.
So
So
I am
for
asking one question.
yeah.
So if there is more database, so how to connect?
Yeah, basically use statement is not supported by the Azure SQL. Instead of use, you have to select your database here and then you have to execute. Use will not work
Okay, sir.
because
Thank
one
you.
tab is configured for one database. Okay. And now you can execute and you will get your table is created. Okay. So let's suppose we don't have any SSMS tool. Okay. So how you can access from your portal? Portal is also helping to query on the server side. Okay. So without SSMS, we can also work on the Azure managed instance, Azure portal, because they created like an independent feature. So what you have to do here, you have to click your server, expand your server, and if you can check your database, SQL database is there, you have to click here. And next, what you have to do, click on your database, demo database, and query editor is there left side. If you scroll down, query editor preview. So no need any SSMS support for the Azure managed instance or anything. The same thing, you have to clear your password. Without help of SSMS, you can connect to your database. Okay.
But if query is too big, so how to use that?
Yeah, you can save your query. Everything you can write. It's not as very on basis of your requirement. Whatever you want to, you can write here. No one asks you.
Okay. Okay.
So basically, not additional overhead required for the Azure technology. They have a own editor. On basis of that, you can proceed.
So
Okay.
so we not required to install SQL, SMS in my computer.
Yes, correct. Nothing, anything is not required. If you want to insert any data into it, you can directly do here. You can create a procedure also here. Nobody ask you to create a procedure from the SSMS. On basis of your friend, let's suppose you want to do a user-friendly experiment, then you can proceed. Otherwise, it's not required.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And you can execute this one. And now you can check your just like a selection. You got all the records here. Okay.
So trigger or cursor is not used over there. Table view or store procedure we can use.
Yes. Any SQL statement you can use here. No one asks you.
Okay.
Anything you can ask. So basically, it's an independent Azure. It's not dependent on the Microsoft product also. Like SSMS is not required here. So we already created our table. We already inserted a data. I think we have done from the SQL side. Next, we'll continue Azure Data Factory. That will not take so much time. Okay.
So, sir, we can create primary key, foreign key, such type of activity over there.
Yes, you can call. You can create your you can create a table. Create table. Here, department table I want to create, and it's a DPTNO enter, and I can write a primary key. Okay, and D name, department name, and I want to create everything, index, any SQL statement you can create here. No one can stop you. Oh, no, some department.
I think primary key.
Key I missed. Okay, so you have to execute any SQL statement you can create here. No one asks you.
Same like the on-premise.
Yeah, some same like a SSMS, SP help, SP help.
DB.
Okay, whatever a statement, let's suppose I want to write some information, a schema is also there. You can execute yourself. No one has stop you. So let's finish for this classes and we'll start next Azure Data Factory. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.